In tonight's game, pride definitely brought at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and what Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006, which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive matches.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? He kind of took care of it.
Yeah. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward position. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Adams in at the center position. All free throws good from Capella.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
Puts it up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Thunder making a change here. Muscala's checked in. "24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Al Paul. Six to shoot. From deep three-point range, it's a tie game here in Houston. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here and forcing their hand. I mean, like literally making them foul them.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. A perimeter tandem, Ferguson and Gallinari. Muscala is out there with Noel. And it's Schroeder in at the one. Lays it up off the glass. Schroeder's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Oklahoma City.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Don't want to rush it, but you don't want to take too much time here.
And the basket by Gordon.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Noel finds Schroeder. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
And here's Harden. Lets it fly. And he's off on his first shot of the game.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Thunder leading by just 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Billy Donovan. Coach, it's been back and forth in the first half. What's it going to come down to?
Well, obviously it's close. We know we're playing against a great team, so we just got to keep grinding and keep playing.
See how it turns.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And here are the Thunder now. It's a one-point game. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Gordon are out on the wing. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's Westbrook in at the point. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Here's Paul. And the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. There's the lob to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Sometimes you raise your eyebrows at the things Steven Adams does athletically at his size. Almost impossible to stop him once he's at the rim.
Now here's Westbrook. Drains the 19-footer. Guys, we're not through three quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor. But
it's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Thunder lead by 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Taking a look at the Thunder, they've got Chris Paul. Adams is out there with Noel. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Robertson in at the small forward position. Timeout called, the Rockets. They're down by 2. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. The score is tied at 11. There's 49 seconds left in the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the feed to Paul. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Russell Westbrook.
Such a savvy guard, easily getting the foul call on those type of shots.
He sinks the clutch free throw. Muscala, he's checked in for Noel. And he is unable to get the second one.
Big trip to the line. He did not get all of them, but at least they hold the lead now.
Shot from 12. The rebound by Steven Adams. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Thunder. clock. From deep. He's off on that one. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. This win